Good afternoon. It's November the 7th, 2014, and we find ourselves with another week's wrap-up coming. This morning, we started out, we said the easiest trade to see was to sell failure to take out 33.35, the overnight session high, and it produced a fabulous trade. We had a beautiful retest failure here. You were short in the 31 area, and eventually the market trades down to 20.20. Another nice entrance right here, so you had a nice winning trade here, another good entrance here off of our setback designated by the letter S. Put you down in this area. We had a 20 to 22 buy, that was our number 2 buy. We also had a 25 to 27, but you can see right through here that we made a low. The first trade that pops up is to get short, to retest that low comes out. We make another new low. And right here's our peak selling for the day. At this point, the 50-lot trader covered until they got into this area, and we talked about this distribution right here. Somebody was feeding contracts or into the market to the short side. We talked about acceptance here. Market moves and it holds. It's not rejecting this area. That usually leads to a retest. So we have 1, 2. This is the third test right here, and it does not take out that point. So on this third test to come up here and take it out, and I mean if you look at the market starts to come, and here's our move out of the middle, our mom. The market comes to a distribution. We do not want to fade these moves where the market comes to a balance right in the middle, and when you break support right here, you see what happens. Selling. So early on this morning, we thought the market would close at 25. That still looks reasonable to me. The biggest negative against the close at 25 is 10,291 short by the big player. Okay, we trade with the big money, the long-term players, and right here on our F1 screen, which is our cap flow screen, we've got a higher low and a higher high. So this structure, P, another P right here, still favors higher prices for the longer term. Friday, end of the week profit taking, call it what you may. So we have maybe the top. I don't see how the top of the market could be in yet, but given that the only reason it's up, or the only reason you have to have for it to be higher is Fed support for the market. And they sure aren't going to quit that. Okay, looking at the F2 screen, we definitely are dealing with a P right here. So as long as this market can stay above volume right down here at 15, it can trade higher. Again, the easiest trade to see right here in this situation is just basically to sell failure to take out this 30 area. So 29 to 31 is sell 1, 34, 36 is sell 2. On the buy side, looks like we might head a little lower. We'll leave it at 20, 22 with a question mark. And then the best buy is where it's been all day long, 15 to 17. The news is really, really scant next week. We have a holiday on Tuesday. The futures markets, stock markets will be open. The bond markets will be closed. When the when the Treasury market is closed, most things don't trade very well. It's Veterans Day, and so my guess is that Tuesday's going to be pretty quiet trading, which probably will take us to pretty quiet trading on Monday. Okay, there's something going on, and we usually find out well after the fact in the notes in the bonds. They're very, very high, and they're very, very strong, and they're holding those gains. So the first one might be is that they don't believe this morning's non-farm payroll numbers. And when you got in and you looked at them, the biggest job gains were in the 16 to 24-year-old group, and we know that's baloney. I mean, all you read about is how they can't get jobs. The biggest job gains were in waiters and bartenders. I mean, people are going to do what they have to do to make a living and pay the bills. Again, the composition of the labor force, temporary jobs are bigger than they've ever been, and retail, sales, service jobs are higher than they've ever been. Not the type of jobs that you want to build over time. So the low is equal to the preceding day. We got a higher high and we got a strong close. So we can buy weakness to see if we can extend this. And if we fail to take out that high, we can get short. Looking at the F2 screen, it's a very, very, very strong file. Very, very strong piece. So, selling failure to take out 24.28. I think we got to be a little higher in the overnight session, especially if the E-mini closes weak today. On the buy side, 17 to 13 is buy one. And then the breakout down here, 5 to 9 will be buy two. We talked about the Fed balance sheet having $24 trillion in it. Most of the collateral and the stuff that major banks, market center banks, have to put up are based on treasuries. A lot of those have been taken off the market, and that's, some people think that's what's behind the buying in treasuries now. It's hard to say. My guess is that the big players don't think the economy is as strong as the government would like us to think it is. I mean, there has been hardship, damage that's been done by current government and tax policies. I mean, it's immense. I mean, food stamps, people that have lost their jobs, people that have fallen out of the job market. That's not what builds a strong economy. The Fed's hoping to grow the economy with low interest rates, but they don't have anybody to buy houses because they don't have jobs. The laws, Sarbanes-Oxley, and then this latest one, Dodd-Frank bill, like that, make it very, very difficult to borrow money or sign up and get loans. So it's industrial and taxes have gone up. So this really isn't the stuff that makes for strong economic growth. And so the Fed really kind of have to feel sorry for them. Selling failure to really, I'm going to make it 28 to the buck because the knob spread got so wide today. It jumped up quite a bit. So we're going to sell failure right here. And then 3 to 7 for sell 2. Kind of look for a quiet session on Monday, unless the news breaks up over the weekend. And then there's another piece of news out there that Russia's sent 32 tanks back into the Ukraine, and that quite often will encourage buying in the treasuries. So hard to say what's driving this market. Last rotate down in L period stopped at 17. We're at 25 in period. So I'm going to make it 17 to 13 on this one. May have to pay up to 21s. Don't know. And I'd like to lean against this single print down here with 5 to 9 also. The knob spread is now 15 points. Gold is really, really strong. What's going on in the Ukraine could be indicative of that. And we'll go look at the F1 screen. And we had 75, 83, and the 98 to 03 area as resistance. There's your 98 to 03. We had 75 right here, and then we had 83, 85 right there. So that's where resistance is, and this is a big day. So we failed to get through 75, and I think gold is headed lower without help from the news, and we definitely want to get short. And you can see right here, it's a very, very strong market. You can see that the market has rejected prices above 72, and we don't quite make it to 75. So a very, very strong market, so we want to sell failure to take out 75. And our next sell will be 80 to 83, just leaning against chart resistance. Last rotate stopped at 68, then 67, then 65, and then down here at 60, 62. So this little break in the market, 60, 62 will be buy 2, and then 65, 67, buy 1. No reason for this rally that I could see that you could really tie it to, so it could be just short covering too. I'm a little more comfortable on the short side than I am on the long side because of the longer term. Looking at crude, and I tell you what, keeping up with 5 markets, I mean, if it weren't for the profile, there'd be no way that I could do that. It just, if you can read the profile, you can read a lot of things. And the one piece is missing that's in our title bar. What's the magnitude of the average rotation? If you can read the profile, you know to be long or short. And if you know what the average rotation is from pivot high to pivot low, then you know how to adjust your orders to trade it. So when there's opportunity in other contracts, you can move over and make hay in a new contract without having to learn how to trade it. Okay, 79 1/4, 79.50 was sell 2. Last rotate up stopped at 79. So we'll make 79, 79 1/4, sell 1. 50 to 75, sell 2. The breakout really, this little ledge down here, 78 1/4. We're at 59, so we'll make 78 even, 78 1/4, buy 1. And 77, 50, 75, buy 2. Okay, the euro had a really, really, really strong day, and it's with what's going on. Again, everybody thinks that the Ukrainian-Russia problem's behind them. It flares up over the weekend. It will not be good for the euro. Big market that we came in this morning saying probably the biggest dynamic would be end of the week short covering if they didn't break early. We had a strange reaction to this morning's news. We had a whipsaw, and then it traded up from that. And from a headline standpoint, our economy is stronger than forecasted should have sold, but it has sold pretty heavily before that. You can see right here that we've got a pretty clean break in the market at 24.75. Then 65 right here. So 65, 75 will be sell 1. Then 90 to 125 even, sell 2. Last rotate down stopped at 33. Then 15 to 20. And at it's like 5. We're at 55 right now, so we'll make 20 to 30, buy 1. And then 24, 24, 10, buy 2. Folks, it's been a long week. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. It'll take me about another hour to get everything cleaned up here. Then I am history. I'm out of here. So we've had a great week trading. I want to thank everybody that's new to the room for coming in and spending time with us. Stick with us. You'll know more about markets and market behavior than you can learn anywhere else as quickly as you can learn it here. And our methodologies work. We can take you from the losing column to the winning column. All of the room moderators that have been with us and have run rooms for us previously were all losing traders before they found us, and they were able to move into the win column. So